How's the bacon, did you say?
Oh, what a fantastic hit! Roy Keane on Haaland. Here's Sancho. Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever
again. Crociati e tutti campioni, son del Parma I croni calciatori, vinceranno, sono leoni.
Vivo Deportivo, vamos a ganar este partido. Y digo de primera, Deportivo es directivo, vivo. Vamos a ganar, la afición nos va a apoyar y ayudar y a chillar y acompañar. Aston Villa, that's how. Aston Villa, that's who. Aston Villa, that's how. Aston Villa, that's who. Aston Villa, that's how. Aston Villa, that's who.
We're away. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Prawn Sandwich Podcast. This week we're doing another episode of Football Manager Chronicles. So we're on to part 3, which will all cover December, January and February from our respective saves. If you've been following the series, you'll know Nathan's managing Aston Villa in the 99-2000 database on FM20. I'm on the same database managing Parma, and Dylan is on FM21 managing Deportivo La Coruña. So straight into it. Nate, if you want to lead the way this time, I'm going to switch the order up. So it seems like you've sat waiting patiently through every episode previously. We are going to try and get through our things a bit quicker, and by we I mean me. Yeah. So I'm going last today. So Nath, if you just want to recap us, where you left off last
time. I entered December, finished before the start of December at league position 9th. The club only want me to finish in mid-table, but I set myself a goal of winning the FA Cup. Flying at the start, won manager of the month, and then I had a bit of a bad spell. So I've gone from being touted as it next England manager to mid-table with Aston Villa. So we carry on. So we entered December in 9th in the league. The FA Cup draw was made. I didn't really write any standout ties because, to be honest with you, there really wasn't any. I got drew with Bolton Wanderers away, so I thought, boom, we're in. It's a good nice little tie to start off with. Then
in the championship?
Yes, they are in the championship. Yeah, Allardyce's. I think it's Allardyce's first season, 99-2000 at Bolton.
I think so. Yeah, because he got promoted the season after, didn't he?
Yeah, like Moyes isn't there, is he? Anyway, so first game of the season, first game of the back in the league in December. There's a home tie against Middlesbrough. Gareth Southgate was out injured, and brought in David May, obviously. And we won 1-0. Benito Carbone with a 46th minute goal.
Yes.
We're on to a bit of a hard spell, but we're kicking on again. Immediately after that game, Dion Dublin gets injured for 3 weeks, so I miss him for the Man United game. If you've listened to the first and second episode, Dion Dublin's absolutely flying. I'm desperate to get him in the England squad, but now he's injured for 3 weeks. Hugo Echiog went down with a sick bug, so he can't play. Southgate's still injured. What else have I got here? Mark Delaney and Alan Wright both injured as well.
There's no defence left.
I am absolutely, I am crippled with injuries. So, in the flat back four of Martin Ridley, David May, Olof Melberg, and I can never remember his name, Radrian or something like that. Some Israeli left back, against Manchester United, who haven't even lost a game. They haven't even dropped a point all season yet. and I got beat 4-1. Paul Merson scored. York, Cole, Keane, and Diggs scored the goals for Man United. I finished that game with a possession of 15%.
Oh wow!
You play Man United on this game, or on this database, like it's pointless. It really is pointless. And the Ronaldo thing just won't go away. Like they are constantly looking at Ronaldo, and
Yeah,
if they sign him, it's pointless. What's the point in playing? It really is just pointless in playing. So Vassell and Gustavo Bartel up top, and he was just ripped it off completely. He was like, "I'm not going to win, so I might as well just try and just attack them because they'll just maul us anyway. So just attack them." But went 1-0 up with Merson, and then Man United just decided to play. So then after that game, Chelsea got beat 4-0 off Wimbledon. Gianluca Vialli gets the sack, and then I get offered a job interview at Chelsea.
Oh God!
Which I turned down. I turned it down. And then
if you weren't recording for a series, you would have taken that quicker than anything in the world.
I know. You jump ship so quick, you went.
There's consortium rumours going on at Chelsea. Like Abramovich is coming in. There's money coming into that club. So why not? But yeah, I stuck to my guns and stayed. So immediately the game after Man United, I'm away Highbury, second place Arsenal, who've only dropped 2 points. So with a completely depleted squad, so I lost 4-0. And
Football Manager loves giving you minging like runs on the bouncer.
It was 4-0 after 20 minutes. Just gave up. Parked the bus, and managed to block it up a bit. So Bergkamp, Perez, Overmars, and the Romford Pele, Ray Parlour got the goals. And to be honest with you, out of all 4 of the goals, Parlour's was world. It must have been like 40 yards out, man. Top bins.
Standard.
So I'm starting to question David James in goals as well, because some of them are a bit.
Oh, is he back fit now?
Huh?
He's back fit now.
Yeah, he's back fit just before the Man United game. And to be fair, if you listen to the second one, I agreed deals for Matt Holland and Mark Schwarzer to come in. I'm pretty sure I put a bid in for Matt Jansen, but it hadn't been sorted. But Mark Schwarzer was coming, so I had to play with Peter Enkelman in goals. So there's a lot as why I got beat as much as what I did. So followed that, we're still ninth in the league. Funnily enough, results were kind of going our way. So we went on a little away trip to Derby County. Still completely depleted squad. Jobs in the insecure section now. So I've gone from being manager of the month and Keegan's out and get me in the England job to stack him, he's awful. But we managed to get a win. Carbone got on the score sheet again. They equalised with a Malcolm Christie diving header. And then David Connolly came off the bench and scored an 88th minute winner. So I was like, thank God David Connolly's going to start scoring the goals. And we just stayed a stagnant ninth. Every results were just going everywhere, so we just stayed. So I thought, at least I'm still maintaining the objective. Like we're still mid-table, even though I've got a manager rating of C+, but we're doing all right. Like we're still mid-table. Then I named an unchanged 11 against Leeds United at home. Dion Dublin's back. Didn't score, got beat 2-0. And Lee Bowyer brace.
Ugh.
You just know that Football Manager's either out to get me or you can just tell it's nothing.
I think that'd be me done for the night.
Well, if I was, let's just say, if I was playing on my old laptop, we wouldn't be doing this now. I was raging. I was absolutely raging. And what made it even thing was Jonathan Woodgate kept a clean sheet against us there, so I was a bit like, what are you doing this to me for, Woody? I thought we were pals. And then the next one, which I was more than motivated to try and get back into winning ways, at St James's Park, Newcastle away, and got beat 3-2.
Bloody hell!
This is bad.
we're winning 2-0. Benito Carbone again scores 2 unbelievable free kicks. I'm thinking, yes, St James's Park, sorry. Like, you smash these because Newcastle United, to be honest with you. And then some bald brick with Weetabix hair scored to bring them back into the game. Yeah, so I don't want to mention his name because I will get mad. And then Tetspire scored an equaliser, and he didn't kick the sponsor hoardings on the side and take his shirt off. So that was 2 each. Then in the last minute, a corner comes in, and Dabidas gets his head onto it. It comes off the bar, off the post, and then it hits Peter Enkelman's back and rolls into the back of the net. So, like, where is David James? I need David James back because Peter Enkelman is awful. He's supposed to be a goalkeeper, and he's got a 0.5-star rating.
You need Mark Swarter in.
I needed Mark Swarter in, mate. I did. So that's December done. So I was like, I've finished December. I'm 12th in the table. The fans have bumped me out, like, big time. They bumped me out. I had to have, it's
fairly hard run, that, though, because, like, Leeds will have a decent squad on it. To be fair to them, Newcastle will have a decent squad on it. You've played Man United and Arsenal.
I know, but
That's a horrid month.
it's an awful month, especially when you've got I haven't got Dion Dublin, man. He's just sat at home playing the doob.
Like, towards the end of December, that'll have been like a game every like 2 or 3 days as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's constant. Yeah. Like the only one that can come out of the squad with like a little bit of like, I've done well this month is Carbone, but like majorly relying on him so much in that cam role, like he's phenomenal. Roma and Napoli are interested in taking him to Italy as well, so I'm instantly like, I know where I'd rather be instead of in Midlands. You know what I mean? So, hoping to keep out of him. So we move into the January window. Matt Holland joins the squad. Mark Swarter joins the squad. Like, sweet, we've got 2 deals in which are already they're already coming anyway. So like, I've got my goalkeeper situation sorted until JMO's back. Matt Holland can cover for Gareth Barry if he gets injured because George Boateng is utter dross. Like, I absolutely love George Boateng, but like, my God, he's awful on this game. Like, he's awful. So I'll just do a quick run through the January window because I've done some business. If anyone's ever spoke to me about Football Manager, see when the transfer window comes in, I like to think of myself as, I reckon I'm better than Harry Redknapp when it comes to the January windows. Like, I can get business done. So I agreed fees for Teddy Sheringham and Sean Wright-Phillips in both Manchester clubs. I agreed £100,000 for Sean Wright-Phillips, and I got £20,000 agreed for Teddy Sheringham. So like, Super Ted's joining. Is
that it?
Joining the
it'll be like 35 and out of contract at the end of the season. So
yeah, true.
Man United are wanting to ship one out so they can bring Ronaldo in, which I don't know why, because you would rather play Sheringham and Ronaldo together, wouldn't you? Really. But Sean Wright-Phillips one, I was more than surprised at because I'd like made an inquiry about him in the summer window, and Man City wanted like 5 million for him, and at that point I hadn't really had that kind of money to spend, so no, I'm not spending that. But when they said they'll agree that, so I was like, right, sound, we're going to get Sean Wright-Phillips in instead of just playing Paul Merson on the wing all the time. I agreed a fee with Blackburn Rovers for Matt Jansen. Matt Jansen eventually signed. I got him for £5 million.
Get in.
So I was like, that's good. And then 2 days after that, Teddy Sheringham and Sean Wright-Phillips joined. So I was like, they're thickening the squad now. Like, I've got
injuries. A lot of strikers.
Oh, well, I sold a few as well. Coventry City bought Diego Tristan. Like, Coventry City with Diego Tristan and Robbie Keane up front. Like,
right.
Oh, yeah, completely. So I was a little bit jealous of that. So then I thought, I'm going to try and get a signing that I like for me. Try and make Hughes lads happy. So I sold Bartelt. Bartelt went to Holland for £2 million. I sold Thompson. He went to Celtic. Julian Joachim went to Leicester. All gone. So I got a bit of money in there. I signed Neil McCann from Rangers. because I can't really play Lee Hendry on the left wing because he just hasn't got the pace for it. And I thought I need another one for cover because I had no I wanted to bring kids in, bring the youth through, and encourage that a little bit, try and get the ball on my side that way. But all the kids are just awful, not really any good. Apart from Dean Ashton, who I brought in the summer, no one's really got any potential. So I brought in prawn sandwich favourite Mr. Trevor Sinclair on loan from West Ham. He's straight in the squad. So that was my January window done. So I did some maths and tallied up my summer window spendings and my January window spendings, and I've spent £29.8 million. And I'm in 9th place in the Premier League. So
that is a prawn sandwich. Squad
it is pure prawn sandwich. Loving that.
Sinclair, Carbone, and Janssen.
Yeah, I can be I could be accused of just doing it for the craft more than actually trying to play the game. But
no, they're not bad players.
So we moved into January.
Now, with those players,
the squad thickened up so much. I was in a better position instead of having to play Martin Ridley and Michael Standing and no, just not good. At one point, I nearly played Liam Ridgewell at centre back, 16-year-old Liam Ridgewell. No. So moved into first game of January. It's cup weekend. Bolton away. Quarter starts. Holland's in. The Dube's back. Dion's up front. Carbone's out. And I'm going to get beat 2-1, don't I?
Yeah. Oh, no. The season goal.
I know. So, and what made it even worse was I played this game before I went to work. I thought, I'm playing this game before I go to work because I'll breeze Bolton, man. I'll breeze Bolton. Merson scored. Paul Warhurst got an equaliser. And then David May went and scored an own goal. I crashed out the FA Cup. And then, I went to work in a really bad mood that night. Because that was my prime objective. It was my only goal. Was just win the FA Cup with Aston Villa. And then, first game, I'm out the cup. So
you're gonna have to battle to just keep the job now.
That was a backlash. There was an really there was literally nothing. I even went into the press and tried to out Bolton and the officials. Because when they ask you questions the referee did this, the referee did that, and that. So I was just blaming the ref for why we got beat, but no, it didn't help at all. So on the social feed post, it's Cupid out, and we want him out the job, and then. Should Nathan Cupid be fired by Aston Villa? And an 86% was yes for the vote. So I was oh God, I'm not going to see this save out. We end up doing Football Manager Chronicles 4, and I'm just not going to be on the episode. Then we got a home game back in the league. Wimbledon at home, last game of January. Still got loads of injuries. Dion Dublin hasn't scored in a while. And they're going to get beat 2-0 off Wimbledon. John Hartson and some fella called Angel Cuellar. So he must be good with that surname, to be fair. The Dion Dublin's on a goal drought. Going to get beat 2-0. It's not looking good. Description's gone from insecure to very insecure. I'm literally close to getting the boot. So we're moving to February. Got a little bit, somewhat of a derby. Coventry at home. And I finally win. I've got a 3-0 win. Loving it. I took David James out and put Mark Schwarzer in. And since I put Mark Schwarzer in, we've been phenomenal. We'll get with other results and things like that and performances, but he's done well. 3-0. Dion Dublin scores and Matt Janssen gets a brace. So it's the new guy's getting the goals in. So I was enjoying that a little bit. Then we've got Spurs at home. Go and get beat 3-0. Ferdinand was 2, and Stefan Freund scores. Mark Schwarzer saved a penalty in that game, but and I brought Carbone back. He was he wasn't at full match fitness, but I thought I need to bring him in because I need someone in that role because Hendry just not playing well. And he goes and tears his ACL, so out there. You get a £7,500 fine for getting 6 yellow cards in that game. So not looking good. Borough away, 2-2 draw. Dublin and Merson score. Rijkaard and Ince with the goals for Middlesbrough. Merson's out with a hernia. Reisinger's tore his ligaments.
Jesus Christ.
Hendry's got a hip injury. So, like, I just can't shake this injury. But I'm starting to sound like Jurgen Klopp. You know what I mean? Like, I might even be accused of looking like him at times, man, honestly. And then we go back to Arsenal. Arsenal come to town. Last game of February. And we get a 2-2 draw, which I was really happy with, to be honest with you. Perez and Julian Gray score the goals for Arsenal. And 10 minutes left, thinking, we're doing all right, but we're getting beat 2-0. And then Matt Janssen pops up with a header in the 88th minute. So I'm like, well, we've scored, it's fine. I can take a 2-1 defeat against second in the league. Then in the 93rd minute, up pops Super Teddy Sheringham, back post.
Ted.
2s each. Cupid's still in his job. And that's my save done, lads. Like, how I've still got my job is an absolute miracle. But it's safe to say, I'm glad that we're doing it. I'm doing the 2000 database, because if I did this in 2020 database, I'd have lost my job months ago. I wouldn't have even touched December. But yeah, the thing is as well, I'm starting to a lot of players that played in this time, I'm a fan of, and I'm starting to really dislike them. But yeah, it's difficult, and it's really testing us at the minute. Trying not to jump ship is more of a test than the save itself.
Well, now you've basically got another 12 months of Football Manager months before you can.
To be fair,
right, when they FA Cup again.
I was going to jump in there. To be fair, your goal was to win the FA Cup with Dion Dublin. Doesn't say you have to do it at Aston Villa.
That is true. If you
move that the summer transfer window opens.
That'd be me.
What, with a manager of Mansfield Town or something.
If something like Spurs job comes up or something like that, go there and take Dion Dublin.
If you'd went to Chelsea and they got bought with all that money, then just bought Dion.
Doesn't matter where I'm going. I'm taking Dion anywhere with me.
World record transfer fee getting Dion Dublin to wherever he goes.
Definitely. There's a bit of us obviously the FA Cup thing's gone. The dream for the FA Cup's gone, but I've still got I'm just hoping for a last surge. Hopefully I can get a good run of games together, get a good little bit of form together, finish better. If I can finish in your European place, and Keegan has an absolute nightmare, you might get the England job. You know what I mean? Hoping for a bit of a Mike Bassett type of approach, but yeah, that's my save done anyway. Thank God we got that out of the way.
So we'll leave February 2000 and head to December 2020.
Yes.
Go to Dylan with his Deportivo save.
Aye. So recap of mine was I've only played 7 games because of the season starting so late. Thanks to COVID. Currently top of the Segunda B1. 5 points clear. Hadn't lost a game yet. Drew 1 game. Yeah, I had 28 points out of 30, I think it was. Something like that. And December started. If go back to the listeners, I don't really know many of my players. The beauty of starting these Football Manager games, but one standout was George Valim at right back. December started with bad news as he refuses to sign a new deal because he's linked with a few Premier League clubs and Championship clubs because he's only 22. I was like, oh shit. And with January window coming up, Wuhan had declared an interest in Roland.
Oh, oofed.
Oh, so you'll get loads of money for Chinese club.
And having a little whisper in his ear, telling him, does he not remember that's where coronavirus originated?
They're wide open again now, though. You can go there and party.
Aye, true.
Make sure you sanitize before you meet them, Paul.
It was one of them though where I was like, I could make coin here, but I've made loads off my wingers. I'm like, I don't want to just mess up this save by getting greedy for money.
Because the thing is, if you do get promoted,
Yeah,
like you'll struggle to get a striker of that quality, like to replace him in a higher division.
we'll get onto
Absolutely.
that.
Worth taking some of that Chinese money though, mate. Take an extra zero on his value, and they'll pay it. They will pay that.
Well, speaking of money, doesn't happen much in Segunda B1. We took on second place Pontevedra, the first game in December. Picked for television, so some more money coming in.
Yeah, too.
If you remember, my last game of November was the pure funny one of 4 penalties
Yeah.
and 1 on goal. So what better way to start it with a first-minute penalty awarded to Deportivo. Borges steps up, it's in the back of the net. You know the drill. You know the drill.
That's ridiculous.
I've never complained. I'm starting to wonder. This is why my United fans don't complain when Fernandes is banging in pens, because I'm just going to win this league with pens.
Why not?
Jose Lara, who you remember came in for the injured Felix Nemecha, he scored again. 2-0 up, thinking this is decent. Just after the half, 46 minute, I go on the ref, I'll have another pen. 3-0, Borges.
6 goals in 2 games.
You love getting pens.
It's minging in it. And then just seen the game out really, and took Borges off this time. And his replacement, Harvey White, scored for the second game. Didn't score last game, scored the game before. So he's got 2 goals in 3 games, Harvey White.
Love it.
Actually turns out later on in the season that the goal he scored gets given goal of the season for Depot. Pure worldie run and then bagged top bins.
Nice.
So after that game, it turns out Salamanca in third had lost as well. So I'm now 8 points clear, which is looking good. Only bad thing was another injury to add to the list. Lara pulled his thigh and he's out for 11 days, which you think 11 days, but in December.
Yeah,
that's like 3 games.
Especially on the new one as well, because of the COVID delay, you've got games constantly.
It's horrid. Another good point from that game. No, bang out that game too much, but Bergantinho's made his 250th league appearance for the club.
Oh, nice.
Love it.
Obviously, he's playing centre half because Armini still injured. But I can't complain. He's doing mint. And then on the 13th, it was Derby Day. Team called Ferrol away. 1-2-0. Another clean sheet. Happy with that. And ball-winning midfielder Uche Agbo got his first goal of the season.
Nice.
And just to make him more fucking valuable, Valin scored from right back. So I was like, all right, away, mate. You're taking the piss now. You trying to get away.
Get sent off as summits.
I was like, oh, fucking hell. And Malaga have also declared an interest in my left back, Salvador Ruiz. So I've currently got 5 players in my starting 11 that I wanted. So I'm not going to lie, I was first time truly starting to shit myself. Doesn't matter. I was doing pure strong in the league, and that I'm starting to think, oh, I could be ripped apart here.
Yeah.
But nice little break from it all. The 16th was the first round of the Spanish Cup, and I drew Division 2 side Extremadura away. So even though you won in a lower league, I was quite happy because I thought if I do go up, it's kind of like a good chance maybe to see where my players are at. If I get hammered, then I'm gonna have to buy more and stuff. But if I do all right, maybe some of them could step up a league. And I go 1-0 down in 3 minutes. But, however, I actually played pure well. I was quite happy. I had 13 shots, 54% possession, and Harvey White levelled with a penalty. Because obviously I get pens for days.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah, but then the irony of getting pens for days, I go out 4-3 on pens.
No, you never.
I Pure annoyed us. They got someone sent off right at the start of extra time. So I thought, oh, like I could come on, gan for it here. And then just kind of petered out, very little highlights, nothing to shout about, straight to pens. I took Borges off and that, and like I say, we lost 4-3. Capini, Rui Costa and the left back Salvo Ruiz missed their pens. And to make it even worse, Moa got injured for 5 weeks.
What a player Moa is, man.
And so my cams up here were going down like flies. And Verona are now looking at Mujah Sadiq. Remember I told about the centre half, 21-year-old?
Yeah.
He's now got people after him. So I'm like, oh, this is minging. And then the only thing that made it not so much of a bad day is when I got home, sat on the couch with a lovely glass of red wine and watched Extremaderma draw Atletico Madrid away in the next round. So I was like, you have fun with that, lads. I don't mind not playing Luis Suarez. It's fine.
I could actually envisage you sat there with your red wine, like a perloer.
So December 20th, last game before the winter break. Who did we play? Oh, stupid. Unistas. Fixtures are starting to revert round again. So got Unistas at home, and had to have a word with Sadiq since Verona declared their interest because he went and scored the opening 2 goals. So, all right, mate, how he was just trying to all get out. Yeah, 2 corners, 2 goals, and to finish off a 4-0 win was goals from Reiko and Diego Roland.
Nice.
So finished December 10 games unbeaten in the league, 28 points out of 30 and a goal difference of plus 28. With the winter break, I decided to ship a few more players. So on the 24th, I've got a winger called Fede Cartabia. He was on loan at Shabab Al Hill, and he joined them permanently for 875k. And it turns out when I worked on him, he was on 20 grand a week as well with Roland.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, like his stats were good, but I'm not playing wingers, and I was just like, I'm not going to have him this season anyway, so I don't know if I want him next season. So
yeah,
try flog him and got it out. World Team of the Year was pure weird, so I wrote it down. In net, Courtois, a back 4 of Joshua Kimmich, Mats Hummels, Virgil van Dijk, and Theo Hernandez. A midfield 4, Thomas Muller, Leon Goretzka, Angel Di Maria, Philip Coutinho, and then a front 2, and it was down as 4-4-2. I don't get it. Robert Lewandowski and Eden Hazard.
That's weird, isn't it? I'll just be
going
going
for Football Manager. You're drunk.
I think I was just got off goals there.
Yeah, I'll just be going off like how they performed during your save, won't it? So.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Right, January, busy month. Thought right, let's see what we can do here. So Keko, who I told you I'd sold when he didn't register him, he officially joins Nantes. And our first game back was again nominated for television, so bit more money coming in. It was Celta Vigo B away. I struggled with them ones, but the best thing about it was I got everyone fit back. I pretty much had a full squad to select from, and you could tell because it was back with a 4-0 win, another clean sheet. Scored in the first minute again, Reiko. He ended up with 2. Jose Lara scored and Nemecha scored on his first start coming back from injury.
Nice.
So convincing win, and I'm not going to lie, I was starting to feel like confident on my team here. I was like, right,
you got to do something.
Here, like, yeah. But I thought after that game, a bit of a break. Don't know why, just was. Let's scour the market, see what's going to happen. So I brought in some players. Well, brought them in for the summer.
Yeah.
So Bosman Transfers agreed with Damir Sabata. He's a cam from La Nucia, 24-year-old. Tony Moyer, centre mid, deep lying playmaker, signed on a free from Atletico Madrid.
Nice.
Offered him a new contract, but because of game time, he said no. He's only 23-year-old, so I was
that's a
like
good
pure
sign,
happy
isn't
with
it?
that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like you say, you don't know what it's going to be like, but I was like, well, they've tried to offer him a new deal, and he said no.
Yeah.
Las Palmas signed Derek Osidi, was a centre half that I didn't have registered in the squad because of my dodgy registration rules. So that's another 60k in the bank.
Nice.
He was also like 27. I think that was one that you looked at, Nath, when you did that France save thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have felt it, because I know you have not on these saves, but I know you have played Footy Manager 21, right? I wrote this down. I'm playing Felix Nemecha, attacking midfield centre, advanced playmaker, which he was agreed in his deal. And every month, Pep's moaning at us saying he's not in his right position.
Absolutely.
I
like, piss off, you bald fraud. He is in his position.
Every time, every single save from FM20 to like, on this one that I've ever done, I always sign Felix Nemecha on loan. Pep, he's such a little bitch. Honestly, he's a whiny little bitch. I'm playing him where you want, in the role that he wants. He's scoring goals. He's getting assists. What are you twining for? You're not even going to give him a contract. He's going to go and sign for Wolfsburg for Knicks in January. Sit down. Put a suit on and take that hoodie off your scruff.
Exactly. Why are you even asked? He's never going to play in your team.
Exactly.
On that reference save I'm doing, I've got a striker on loan from Nottingham Forest, and Chris Hughton's onto me every month.
Even though you play him in the right bit.
Ridiculous. Even though he's like playing games, I always like just tell him to do one. Like,
yeah.
Chris Hughton's like, I'll consider us friends if we don't want to fall out. Shut up, Chris Hughton.
I'd be like, shut up, Houghton, you melt.
So I keep pushing him back, and now then the big business. So West Ham have activated George Valin's release clause of £1.7 million, as he's still refusing to sign a deal. However, Brexit ball hasn't got enough points, can't get a work permit. Unlucky son. Unlucky son. Sit down. Get back in the squad. He's denied a work permit after an appeal because he hasn't got enough international points. Laughing me tits off. And then I even got the best out of him as we went to, in our next game, we hosted Guerrero Bottom, and he scored the first goal out of sheer rage.
He's running to the floor. He's giving it full on, like Tevez, like.
It's not my fault. I didn't go out to you. But yeah, we ended up winning 3-0. Nemecha scores again, and Reiko scored a dink, which you very rarely see on Footy Manager. It was class to watch.
Yeah, I've never had one scored on it, but I've been on the receiving end of a dink.
One-on-one dink over the keeper. So that game finishes 3-0. Another clean sheet. On the 12th, signed another Bosman player. Danny Calvo will join from Elche, 26-year-old centre-half. Basically saying he doesn't want to sign for them because they need a relegation zone. So he signed for a team in the thing below. But I'm just thinking Depot may be a bigger name, even though they're down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, centre half in, which I'm happy about because I was looking at centre half for. Naturally, you don't get Armini back on this game. Lazio keep him. Bergantin Yossier is playing well, but he's 35. Granero's all right, so I'm only really left with Sadik. So I thought, right, I'll scout the centre halves. And then on the 15th, Valin's dummy is fully put back in his mouth, and he signs a new 2-year deal on less wages that he's been offered in the past. Since he knows he can't leave. So I was like, right, I've won that one. Pure happy with that. And then we finalised our business with a loan signing to try and just get us to promotion. Josh Madger joins on loan from Bordeaux.
Oh, what a signing that is!
Until the end of the season.
Announce promotion. Announce promotion now. You got Nemecha and Madger.
Pure happy with that. So it's just because like I had Roland and Capini wasn't, even though he started really well, he's not really banging them in, and he's got low ratings. So I thought, I've got loads of comms. I'll go for a striker. But back to last 2 games of January. We hosted Caruxo and we got pure lucky in this one. We won 2-1. First goal conceded in 8 games. And,
First goal in 8 games conceded. That's mad.
That's phenomenal. I still can't believe you've got magic.
And what else is mad? We scored 2 goals. If you want to have a guess what the 2 goals were, you can if you want.
What scorers?
2 pens.
Both 2 pens, Celso Borges.
He's phenomenal, him.
Oh my god.
It's getting to the point. I know, man. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
What's his penalty taking? If he's like penalty taking rating out of 20 is like an 8, then that is phenomenal.
I think it's something like 17. It's all right. Harvey White's is the best in the squad. He just doesn't start.
That's phenomenal, man.
So 27th minute pen and an 83rd minute pen to seal the win. But the first game, like I say, we've been under pressure, and then to finish off, we had another home game against Zamora. We won 2-0. Reiko got his 5th of the season, and Harvey White bagged a free kick.
Nice.
It's having a nice little season, Harvey White, unnoticed.
The strikers don't really seem to score much.
Nah, I'm struggling in that part. If I didn't have pens, this could be a whole different season.
We've got Magic, to be fair, so he scores.
So Zaragoza have now joined the watch for Sadiq, so he's got another club looking at him. And nothing really big happened in the January transfer window. I don't know if you have noticed this playing this game because of maybe COVID and fees. The only one that made me laugh was Burnley signed 35-year-old Jefferson Farfan.
That is not a Burnley signing at all.
No, is it? What? That's definitely not a Daichi one. Like
Chris Wood went to Villa, so I'm guessing it's his replacement.
Oh bloody hell!
Good signing. Good signing.
Barnes and Farfan.
Chris Wood's decent on FM21. Mind, he was top scorer in the Prem on my Wrexham save.
It was Villa. It was like 20 mil. It was decent money.
Mint in real life, mate.
Right. February starts with unknown player to this pod, really. Hector Hernandez injured again. So I thought, fuck this. He's gone in the summer at all costs. Like, he's pissing me off. Got generally good stats, but he hasn't had like a run of 2 games without being injured. And another good thing that happened was Gennaro approached David Sanchez, my assistant manager, but he rejected them to stay with us.
Nice.
So rejected the league above to stay at the mighty Depot. February started with a bit of a bump. We dropped points for the second time this season in a 1-1 draw. And the annoying thing was we took the lead in the 88th minute.
Wow.
No.
Shades of Attilio Lombardo, like for you there.
Absolutely.
Do you want to guess how we took the lead in the 88th minute? Yeah, Celso Borges pen. But,
it's got like over 10 pens.
It's ridiculous. Isn't it? 93rd minute equaliser. But this point secured us a playoff place already.
Wow.
February. Yeah, I was quite happy with that. I didn't expect it myself. It just popped up, so I was quite happy with it.
Wow.
Yeah, but goalkeeper Carlos Abad got COVID, so he's out for 14 days. Just to let people know, it doesn't actually say that in the game. He just said he had a virus.
Got COVID.
But I was quite worried about that because I thought he's been on absolute fire.
Yeah.
Like, what clean sheets I've had.
What's his upkeeper like?
Well, you'll see. He's got a mid-name. So 14th, we go away to Compostela, and Lucho Garcia debuts in nets.
That is a good name.
Young kid, 22. It's a good name, isn't it, Lucho Garcia?
That is a good name.
His stats aren't actually that bad. Like, the reason I didn't sign a keeper when I went on the game is both of them have all right stats, and like his playing time was like fringe player because he's 21, so getting a start, and he keeps a clean sheet in a 4-0 win.
Nice.
Yeah. Fucking Diego Roland puts us 1-0 up. And then annoyingly, I don't know why it happened. He was on pens and he missed. But Borges started. Because then 10 minutes later, Borges scored a free kick.
Oh, that's where he's fed up at 12 yards out. He's going 20 yards out now.
So I don't know if
it's
the money back for I'm taking pens now.
He's just walked in the
Well, he missed it anyway.
I'm fed up at taking pens, boys.
So we won 4-0. Say Roland scored, put Mr. Penn, Borges free kick, Nemecha, and then Ignacio Gonzalez, who I've been disappointed with from Calm after a good pre-season. He scored a free kick. However, I lost both my strikers in this game to big injuries. Diego Roland, hamstring injury, out for 5 weeks. Josh Madger, off the bench, out for 2 months with a knee injury.
No way!
So I'm left with I'm left with like 30-odd-year-old Rui Costa and Miku and Campini. But we move on. We stay hard in Depot, and Campini starts up top against the next home game for Ferrell. Lucho's still in nets, and it's another 4-0 win. The Cams come big again. Nemecha, Moa, and Lara all score, and Bergantino scored from centre half.
Nice.
But the old lad. That is, isn't it?
Yeah. 89th minute, coming for a corner. Scored. Verona have intensified their bid on their Sadiko in the press. So, fucking pricks. But short season, lads, even though I started late, we move on to the last game of February. It's the last game in my regular season. I'm going for an unbeaten regular season against second place Pontevedra. I don't have Roland, Madja, Nemecha, and Lara all injured. So I'm going for an unbeaten season. So just like Footy Manager does to you, I lost 3-0.
That is ridiculous, man.
I have the best clean sheet record in the league. Goals for fun. Are you going to go unbeaten, son? Nah. No, you're not.
Sorry. So if that's your regular season finished, your playoffs must be about 10 games or something.
Don't even start.
Bigger than the NBA.
I'm knackered just thinking about the next episodes, man. But what I'm going to do is for the viewers, I'm going to send you a goal on WhatsApp now that I conceded in this game, and I just want to see your reactions to it because it's absolutely pathetic. So.
It's minging getting Josh Mazur on loan. I bet you were buzzing with that, and then he's
as soon as it was
I was like, give us the league now, man. Give us the league now, and I'm like, fucking hell.
Oh.
So I'd said over now, lads. This was one of the goals I lost in the 3-0 loss. This was
I'm watching it now.
The third, to be fair.
Right. Oh no! That's one of the worst goals I've ever conceded on Football Manager. That.
I mean, I like you, Lucho.
For the listeners.
I like you, Lucho, but fucking hell. I don't know if I could hold it up to the camera. Can you try? Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yep, describe it as well.
So basically, Pontevedra had a throw in. It goes back to the left back. He just hooves it into the box. Lucho goes to ground for no reason. Ball goes through him. He then could catch it, but he doesn't. He just dives to the floor again, and it rolls in. And I don't even know where to begin. I felt like throwing my fucking laptop out the window.
It's the second dive that does it for me. It's the second dive. He gets up and he's
that's funny, that.
Yeah.
Like a Spanish Rob Green.
Just to finish me off, lads. So it's the regular season finished. I'm not champions yet. Then we'll get on to that in the next episode. So keep your eye out for that, listeners.
I like that 3-letter word. Yeah.
Regular season with 47 points out of 54. Goal difference of plus 43. 115, drew 2, lost 1. And then now how it works is me, Salamanca, and Pontevedra going to a 6-team league with Leonesa, Numancia, and Burgos, who were the top 3 in B2. But I don't play Pontevedra and Salamanca again. I just play 6 games against Leonesa, Numancia, and Burgos, both home and away. And it carries on now. So I keep my points that I had. So I'm still on 47 points. The winners of the league bring their points to our league, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. Strangely, I get that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it's
it
like
makes sense.
Yeah.
So I have 47, right? And Salamanca have 36 in second. Leonesa won theirs with 36, but they bring their 36 to ours, so they go straight to like joint second in ours.
Yeah. What a faff on that is, eh?
And that's the rest for the B1 title. So these next 6 games guarantee the title for whoever, and then it gets worse. But I'll go on to that. Then I'll go on to that. But that's how it ends in sunny Depot for this
Stop
episode.
watching that goal. I can't stop watching that goal.
Fucking pissed me off, that goal. Yeah. Muchas gracias. And we'll move on to Italy.
So back onto the 99-2000 database by the FM Retro Gamer on FM20. My saves, of course, with Parma. Where we left off last time, I'd just won 7 games in a row, but then had an epic 4-4 draw with Lazio and a defeat away at Milan 2-0. And it left us 4th in the table, 6 points off Fiorentina, who were top. So that was how we finished November. So December starts. 8th of December is my first game of the month. I'm at home to 10th place Udinese. Phil Neville's Udinese, may I add, is there.
Nice.
Sorry, lads, I've got someone ringing us. It might be work.
So
carry on if you want. I'll be quiet.
Do you want to just pause it and then...
Yeah. Go.
Yeah, so first game of December, as I was saying, at home to Phil Neville's Udinese, who are sat in 10th place in the league. Had a bit of a panic after those last 2 games where I'd...
Phil Neville's Udinese? I forgot about that.
Phil Neville signed for Udinese, yeah.
Unreal.
And so I finally got Puyol back from his 3-month international break. So I decided to give him a couple of games in December. And also, obviously, if I mentioned last time, Ariel Ortega got injured towards the end of the month, and I've been playing him as a second striker behind Crespo, and I'm totally fell out with Amoroso, so I'm giving Marco Duval a couple of games in the side. And also, if you remember, you asked us where Pirlo had been, because I hadn't been playing him. So it's finally time to bring Andrea Pirlo into the starting 11 for his first start.
Yes.
Time to turn on the metronome.
Yeah. So it was a convincing 4-1 win. It was Crespo scored for us in the 5th minute. I thought it was going to be a total rout from there. Jorgensen equalised for them. Can you remember Mads Jorgensen at Udinese at the time? He was pure highly rated, but never. I think he went to Fiorentina in the end. But,
Danish.
Yeah.
Sunderland
were linked with him loads at the time. We never signed it anyway. So 1-1, 52nd minute, and then Marco Duval gets his first goal of the season. Crespo scores in the 84th minute, and then an unreal free kick from Andrea Pirlo in the 90th minute.
Love it.
Get in.
As if to say, this is why he should have been starting his months ago.
Point at the bench.
Yeah, giving us the shush sign in that.
Pirlo's really done it gracefully.
And so yeah, finished that 4-1. Week later, we're away to Bari, so I named an unchanged side. So Pirlo was kept in the team, and I went 1-0 down after 7 minutes, and didn't equalise till the 69th minute. Hernan Crespo was getting a bit of a panic on, and then I threw Fabian O'Neill on, and Amoroso and just went like all out attack because like I have to win these games to stand any chance of finishing like even just top 4. Fabio O'Neill scored a pen in the 85th minute, and then Crespo finished the job in the 87th minute. So won that game 3-1.
Nice.
Didn't really gain much ground in the league. Fiorentina got beat off Perugia though. Damiano Tomasi is there having an unreal season. But after that, because that was the last league game before the break over Christmas.
Yeah.
So going just before Christmas, first in the league's Juve now with 35 points. Fiorentina second with 35. Third is Inter on 34. And I'm currently sat 4th on 32 with AC Milan just behind us on 30.
Nice.
Speaking of AC Milan, I had a game against them on the 22nd of December, which was the Italian Super Cup.
Oh,
nice.
Because Parma had won the cup the season before. Milan were league champions. The board didn't give us it as like we expect to win or anything like that. So it was just a free hit, but a chance at silverware. Fabian O'Neill pen put us 1-0 up in 53 minutes before Boban, the Croatian playmaker, equalised on the 73rd minute. It went all the way to penalties. Buffon saved from Serginho, and Boban and Amoroso scored the winning pen for us. So
get in.
silverware, boys. Italian Super Cup.
Quick question: were you nervous?
I wasn't really, because it wasn't like thing on there because of the board. Like going into the game, I wasn't really asked. But you see, when it like went to pens, like I was then. But going into the game, I was like, it's like free hit. But you want to keep winning, don't you, on this? Because as soon as you lose a game, the morale of the players plummets, and like it can be hard, like getting back. Like Dave's Villa said at the moment. Couple other little bits and pieces that happened in December. Mark Van Bommel, who I signed in the summer, was linked with someone. So like I had a look, and then I noticed his value was at like, it was like 9 million or something. And I noticed on his contract, I'd put him in minimum fee release clause of about 9 million. I was like, how did that slip in?
Oh, no.
So I had to give him a new contract after one who'd only signed like 3 months ago. So like that cost us like £1 million in a signing on fee. When I'm hemorrhaging £3 million a month as well, that's like totally unneeded.
No.
So like error on my part. And news from England, Brian Robson sacked at Borough. Big Sam taking over.
Oh.
Yeah. But at the end of December, I was only had 2 league games in December, but Crespo scoring 4 goals over those 2 league games. Got Player of the Month.
Hernan's mint.
Player of the Month for Hernan Crespo. Team of the Month for Crespo, and the board were giving us like a B overall for how I was doing.
That's good.
News came through that had 17 games picked for live TV. So I thought about to be a bit of like over like the rest of the season, basically.
Yeah. 17.
17 of my games will be on live TV. Do you want to take a punt at how much money is coming in for those? 300 grand. 300 grand.
There you go, Mark.
So that's why like they're just hemorrhaging coin every month. January transfer window. You see, I was on about in the last one. I would need to like find someone to sell.
Yeah. Basically,
just to keep us ticking over towards the end of the season. I was never going to have money to sign players this month, like properly. But I sold Benavaro to Zenit St. Petersburg, who was one of my like 3rd or 4th choice fullbacks for 2.2 million, and Diego Fusa to Man United for £10 million.
Nice.
So brought in a bit of coin there. I contemplated trying to sign someone, but I thought I'd rather wait until the summer to see if I qualify for Europe and or whatever, and have a better reputation to bring someone in.
Yeah.
One of my objectives of the board was though to sign young players from clubs in the lower leagues. So I signed Matteo Brighi. I can't remember how you pronounce his name.
Matteo Brighi.
Yeah, signed him from Rimini for 140 grand. Daniel Banera from Brescia for 190. And you'll love this one. A 16-year-old Daniel De Rossi
Oh,
for
don't know if I do or
£7
not.
grand is all they cost in compensation to get him.
I don't know if I do or not. I like that.
So, and then you'll definitely like this one, Dill, because it's you see you've got him in as a coach. Rafael Marquez in on loan from Monaco.
Yes. Fucking get in.
Oh,
You are hard now.
Your saves are interlinking. That's cute.
But he can cover defensive mid, centre back, and right back. So it made sense to bring him in.
That's him up front.
So, first game of the month, 4th of Jan, at home to Bologna. They're 9th in the league. And easy as like 3-1 win. Goals from Crespo, Fabian O'Neill, and a fit again, Ariel Ortega from the bench. Huge game in the league elsewhere. Juve beat Fiorentina 3-2. So Fiorentina's wheels are starting to fall off a bit.
That's who has scored though.
Yeah. Takeover rumours are starting to happen about Parma as well, which I wouldn't mind considering like there's no money at the club. Next game, 11th of January, which is my birthday, so would have been nice to have picked up a win away at Cagliari, who was 16th on my birthday. No, finished 0-0.
Of course it did.
Football Manager is a cold-hearted. Oh, I can't even say it.
Well, considering the last like 3 league games, I'd scored 7 goals, and I scored 10 goals over the last 3 league games, and then to go 0-0 away to like third bottom Cagliari. Fiorentina lost again to Roma, so it's their ridiculous early season form. It's definitely looking like it's a battle for them to get in the top 4 now anyway. 14th of Jan, playing Bologna again, just 10 days after I played them first time in the Italian Cup. And we fire blanks again in a 0-0 draw. Bologna had 2 disallowed goals, and we won 5-4 on pens. So nice to get progress in the cup.
You're good at pens, mate. You're good at winning games on pens.
I haven't got me.
Players have got nerves.
Mate, you get nothing but pens. I'm gagging for a pen.
I get drawn with Perugia in the next round of the cup, which is like the quarterfinals, basically straight away. And Amoroso in the press vows to end his goal drought. I'm like, I'm sure you do, pal.
I hate that. You wouldn't say that on it. It's like, oh, piss off.
Yeah.
It's like a John O'Shea rallying cry for Sunderland back in the day. Just keep your mouth shut and get on with the job.
Yeah.
Couple of notable transfers like around the world elsewhere. Pires to Arsenal from Marseille for 18.5 million.
Wow.
And Paul Robinson, can you mind the left back that used to play for West Brom?
Yeah.
The minging little bald one.
Yeah. He moves from Watford to Liverpool for 12 million.
Oh, delete that save.
Nah, on like Champman around that time, he had unreal like potential on it. So they're just doing like what they've done on those databases back then. And a cult hero of Sunderland's during Roy Keane's time, Stern John moves to Club Bruges for £5.5 million. Big Stern. But Christ, I've had an action-packed January. I'm just like looking how many games I've still got to go for. So back to league action anyway. And it's at home to Lecce, who are 13th in the league, and he took a 90th minute winner from Hernan Crespo to claim a 1-0 win in that. I'd been playing Salou Lassisi at centre half.
Love it.
Trying to get a bit more games in for him, and then he gets called up for the African Cup of Nations, so I'm going to be out without him for a while.
Oh, God.
And an injury to Dino Baggio rules him out for 9 weeks.
Oh no, that's Super Dino.
No, nightmare. So the next game is at home to Fiorentina, who have now lost 5 on the bounce. And it's a dull 0-0 draw. So I'm starting to not really score as many goals now. Absolutely awful. 20 shots, only 4 on target. Amoroso now 10 games without a goal. I tried, because I was getting panicking about like not scoring, I tried to put in a bid for Ronaldo, like Inter's Ronaldo, like with installments coming from like future transfer budgets and that. Board vetoed it, not a chance. Not spending that money.
not to be that guy, but there's a certain gentleman in like the Midlands that plays in Claret and Blue. He could have done a job for you, mate. He on in Serie A.
No. Then Fabio Cannavaro gets injured. He's out between 4 and 6 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say my heart bleeds because it doesn't.
I then had a bid accepted for Batagol, who wouldn't even entertain contract talks.
Oh
my
no
God.
way! You've done a pure brick up there.
It's my man's there.
So that was a bit of a piss, and I was starting to feel like I can't. I'm definitely not winning the league in this first season anyway. 28th of January, Cup quarter final, home to Perugia, and a win 3-1. Goals from Amoroso, Crespo, Boghossian. So I'm through to the semi-finals of the Italian Cup. Tried to sign Cambiaso from. You see, I've been saying through this whole time, like I've noticed how many South Americans are available for cheap and the young and the mint. Cambiaso, £2 million he moved to Fiorentina for.
Oh,
And he's unreal. Can you remember? Well, when this happened, I messaged you saying just missed out on a signing, and I'm genuinely upset.
yeah.
That was it, because he's got an Italian passport as well, so it doesn't even count as like a foreign signing. It's absolutely gutted.
Wish I knew that instead of signing Matt Holland. The Irish can be so.
Esteban Cambiaso and Matt Holland. Finances look a bit better after that Diego Fusa and Benavaro sale. As we move into February, and I'm 4th in the table, and it's a trip to Juventus, who are 2nd. It's between them and Inter for top at the moment, and I get absolutely crushed 4-2. First defeat in 9 games, but still I've been drawing a few, not really scoring. Goals for them for Ciro Ferrara, Pippo Inzaghi, Del Piero, and Antonio Conte in the 93rd minute. And it's goals for me for Baggio and Crespo, and I realised I misread my own writing before. I was Baggio out for 4 weeks, not 9 weeks.
That's better. That's a load off.
I know. So it's then cup action again, and it's Inter Milan I've got in the semi-finals, and the semi-finals were over 2 legs. The first leg is at home, and Dino puts us 1-0 up on the 61st minute, only for Ronaldo to equalise in the 72nd minute, and I'm straight on the phone to my board like, see, you beat us that signing. Is he bagging against us? So 1-1 going into the second leg, and I've got Inter in the league next, and it's away, and what a game. What a game. They start with the front three of Recoba, Ronaldo and Vieri. I gave a debut to Rafael Marquez, because obviously I've got Cannavaro out. I've got Lasisi away at the AFCON. And go up the San Siro, and I win 4-1.
Of course you do. Rafa terrified them.
Brace for Crespo, Fabian O'Neill and Vanoli, who's finally back from injury, my left back.
Unreal result that.
Scores in the 90th minute and sets up the other 3 goals as well.
Oofed.
Absolute masterclass from the boy.
Fabian O'Neill is an underrated player in your favour.
Fabian O'Neill's unreal, man. Just scores every game, just about.
Yeah, like Fabian O'Neill, what a player.
I got him for like pure cheap from Calgary as well. It was. He's becoming a little bit of a cult hero of mine now. But even after that win, I'm still outside of the top four, 5th. Which brings us on to a trip to Perugia, where I'm unchanged. 0-0 at half time, nothing really happening. So I switched to a 4-2-3-1 on 57 minutes and brought Amoroso off the bench. And on the 84th minute, he finally ends his goal drought.
Yes.
Finally. And then Vanoli seals the deal on the 82nd minute for a 2-0 victory.
Love it.
3 of the top 4 still won, apart from Inter, who had a 2-2 all draw with Torino. I had a look at Cambiasso to see how he'd been getting on at Fiorentina.
Stop looking at your experts' pictures on Insta.
And he's played 4 games, got 1 goal, 1 assist, and a 7.25 average rating. And do you want to dig on Dublin? Do you want to dig on Dublin update as well?
Yes, please.
Right. He's played 46 games.
Yeah.
He's got 38 goals.
Fucking hell.
And you're trying to sign Ronaldo in that, man? You get him in England squad?
46
He's still not in the
games.
England squad. Is not even on the cusp.
He signs for Parma. You get him in England squad?
So we're on to the last game of February, which is a home time with Roma, and it was. I didn't bring Amoroso back into the side despite him ending his goal drought. It was 0-0 on 58 minutes still, so I brought him on and switched to a 4-2-3-1 again to see if I had the same effect. And Vincenzo Montella put Roma 1-0 up 5 minutes later. And then Ariel Ortega equalised on the 65th minute. We've been getting some games again. And that brings us to the end of February. So to be fair, I didn't have as many games as used to, I don't think. Buffon made it into the team of the month for February. And the league table looks like this. Juventus played 22, 56 points at first, and it's looking like they're starting to just clear away from the pack. Inter second place with 48 points, Fiorentina third with 48, Milan fourth on 48. They've got 2 games in hand on everyone else, and Parma in 5th on 47. Top scorers in the league, Batigol with 22, Ronaldo on 19, and Inzaghi on 19. So Batigol's averaging a goal a game.
Dion's got a better goal average.
Well, he's not actually. He's not got a better goal average.
Still,
Starting to get a bit disappointed with the league, like those 0-0 draws against lower clubs. Really like knocked the league form a bit. But happy with the cup run. Bit worried about the second leg. Even though I just like hammered them 4-1 in the league at the San Siro. You know,
it's Footy Manager.
Yeah, exactly. You know what this game's like. Like I could get absolutely annihilated, like 4-1 off them in the return leg.
exactly.
But yeah, it's definitely going to be a case of looking to build for next season in terms of the league, because there's no. I'm worried about finishing top 4 now. To be fair.
To be fair, you kind of like matching Parma at the time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's quite a realistic save, isn't it?
A bit over reliant on Crespo for goals, which is again why I looked at trying to. I've come to the decision I need like a world-class striker to go up top with him, and I think I need like a proper good like older centre back rather than playing Lasisi and Puyol and that there.
Marquez.
See if you signed Dion Dublin, you do both, mate.
But that's it for my December, January, February.
Like it. I like it.
So,
Nice to see you doing well, lads.
Oh, man, don't.
So on that, we'll sign off, eh?
Absolutely.
Aye, well, haven't decided when we're doing the next one, have we?
Nah, we'll be in a couple of weeks' time.
Just keep an eye on our Instagrams and Twitter for upload shots. I'll upload that goal I sent to the lads, and screenshots will be added of important bits in the season.
Yeah.
And keep sending us your pictures of your saves, because
absolutely.
we're enjoying them. We're enjoying them, to be fair. There's some belters.
Absolutely.
Shout out to sponsors Apple Tree Pub in Carlisle and T7 Clothing.
Open May 17th.
Oh, you back open? You've got a date for opening?
May 17th.
May 17th. Get the
It's a
pints
Monday
in.
night, so it's not exactly a weekend night out, but you know.
I'm sure you will be rammed. But yeah, that's it for FM Chronicles Part 3. Thanks again for the database. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. FM Retro Gamer, which is now his Twitter handle, if you want to give him a follow. He's also involved with I don't know if the news that came out the last time we recorded it, the 1976-77 database that he's promoting at the moment, and his mad ambition to do a database all the way from 1930. But he's a top lad. Give him a follow.
Absolutely.
See you next time.
See you later.
Arrivederci.
How's the bacon, did you say?
Batistuta! Oh, what a fantastic hit! Roy Keane on Haaland. Here's Sancho. Aguero!